am Lottie.
And I'm Mark.
And this is
Showtime Shenanigans. Yeah.
Wow. Have fun editing that one in the correct place. How's life?
Well, actually, as it is the week it's coming out,
It's just
I
been a
can kind
long
of
day.
say slightly. I've got a job.
Mark has a job!
But yes, that's what I'm going to say. Really,
A theatre job.
it's a front of house theatre job because I am stagey.
We love it.
I
Finally.
also have something to say about that as well, but we could do that later on because I want to get my fun fact out first, and we can have a conversation because I don't want to forget my fun fact.
Do you want to do the segments first then?
And we can do, yes, please. Thank
Okay,
you
so
very
the
much
key
for
change of the week
because I'm just like
is... I don't know, because I haven't written it down. It's Someday from The Wedding Singer, and the key change is at 2 minutes and 48 seconds, and it's Someday is coming true. Something like that. And then my name is you. I'm not going to lie to you, Mark. The mic's on the floor, and it's not really picking
the
it up.
mic's not on the floor; it's right there.
Hello.
I've taken the head off it, so it's less floofy.
Oh, well, I mean, it looks very quiet on that.
Well, that's because you're
recording
quiet,
thing.
and also because we're like zoomed in for some reason.
What have you done?
I don't
to the
know.
audio?
I
Don't
started
fluff
typing
it.
apparently.
How have you started typing on the microphone? Oh, bloomin' neck, Mark.
There we go. See, look, now it looks fine again.
Oh, okay. Well, cool. Okay, anyway, fun fact. Go.
Cool. So my fun fact this week is about Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the musical.
I'm so glad.
I know, it's a great show. I was lucky enough to see it when it's in the West End, the superior version.
As opposed to what, Broadway?
Yeah.
Sometimes when Broadway takes on English shows, it just doesn't
It was
do
just
any
the fact
justice.
they cast full adults as kids apart from Charlie, and it was just a bit odd.
What?
Yeah, all the kids
Oh.
were played by like adults.
Adults like 18-year-olds or something?
No, like adults.
20 odds.
Like people that had like graduated university adults.
Whoa.
We're playing the kids apart from
Charlie,
which was
well,
a bit weird.
I mean, either do all or none.
Yeah.
Because then that's a mix. Because Charlie's meant to be like the same age as the other kid.
Yeah.
What? Anyway, carry on. What's your fact?
So
was
my
that?
my fact was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was on the West End, was produced and directed by the legendary director Sam Mendes. He is the person that directed Skyfall and loads of other James Bond movies.
Oh, like film director?
Yeah,
Oh.
and so it's his first. It was his first experience doing theatre.
Is that... the cast... When did that come out? Was that the one that they made the little TV show
Yeah.
thing? So that thing that you said about ages ago on here, and I think I linked it, but I might not have. I might link it in this one again. What was it called?
So The Sound of Musicals.
The Sound of Musicals. Yeah, I'll find it. I think it's on YouTube.
There's
No,
one
it was
episode on
like a
YouTube,
dodgy
and then you
website.
can kind of go. You can kind of find every dodgy website.
But there's quite a few
Yeah.
episodes.
There's like 6 or 7, yeah.
Yeah, but one's on Chinese Rock Factory. So that's like the original cast
Yeah.
then. Yeah, so that would be... Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Because Chinese Rock Factory, it's quite an old story, because, you know, Roald Dahl. But I was like, I know the musical is modern, but I was like, was it one of those old ones? Like Oliver, the musical,
Oh, yeah.
years and years ago. I know Charles Dickens, bit of difference from Roald Dahl. But, like, it was in, like, that first opened in, like, the 70s or whatever.
Literally,
but it's been revived.
Revived loads of times, yeah.
Yeah, so I wasn't sure.
No, Charlie's it was originally.
Is that one in, like, 2011 or
London?
something?
London was no, because 2011 was when Shrek came out, and Shrek was open for 3 years, and then Charlie was the next show that went into the theatre.
So 2014? Surely not.
Let's say like 2015.
That
Or
late?
2015 or 16, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Probably 15, because I remember. I think when I was 16, I saw Matilda.
I was gonna say, also
Or no,
when
maybe
came over.
when it was 16. It was 16 because I remember
This
when
is
we went.
attractive.
Sorry, when I went to see Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. Basically, I broke my ankle, so it was 16.
Was that year 11?
Yeah, it was the beginning of year 11.
I thought it was year 10.
It was.
Oh, but that would be late 2015 if it was beginning of year 11.
It was beginning of year 11 because I remember there was.
What a time that was.
Because I remember when I went to see Charlie, I just got off crutches,
Oh, so you
so I
actually
had
London.
one crutch. So because I was still
Did
a
you
little
get
bit.
to do access?
I did. I got taken in the back way.
The
But
best ways.
I know it was iconic. But yeah, Mum booked Charlie whilst we went to see Matilda, which was the year before. Is what my story was, but it always just went on a little bit of a tangent there. I'm sorry.
Anyway, act of the hour.
Nothing's ever normal with me, is it?
It's not simple, is it?
No.
Are you reading over my shoulder?
Do you know who the actor was?
It's Sierra Boggess. Well, I thought it was going to be more like Burgess, but not. But I listened to someone say it in an interview because I didn't want to say it wrong, and it's actually like bogus.
It is
bogus.
It is actually
bogus. No, I think it's like
because I thought it was like Bojess, like almost like Burgess, but
that's what I was thinking. But I think it was more like
Bogger.
But I don't know, they were American, so who the heck knows?
Exactly.
The person that said in the interview. But she is also American, so.
Yeah, I was going to say, so is Sierra.
Okay, anyway, whatever her name is. Sarah Bogus.
I think it's Sierra as well.
Sorry, Sierra Bogus. That sounds like bogey, though, and I feel like I would have remembered that. I don't know. Her, anyway.
Her surname is spelled Boggess.
Oh, so close. We were almost the same. What are you doing?
I have a bug bite on my leg and it hurts.
He's wearing shorts, guys. Scandal it. Oh, there's that leg. Okay. Notable roles include Ariel in The Little Mermaid, Christine Daae about a bajillion times in Phantom of the Opera, Fontaine in Les Mis, Principal Rosalie Mulkins, can't read my own writing, in School of Rock. I didn't close the commas.
Oh, you trash
no!
person.
The speech marks weren't closed. Oh well. Rebecca Steinberg in It Should Have Been You, and Cinderella in Into the Woods.
You also forgot about when she played Christine Daae, but not in Phantom, but in...
I've got that. No, I've got that as well. It's all good. That's later. Okay, so Sierra went to Millikan University where she achieved a Bachelor of Fine Arts, like most people that start.
Fine Arts or like Fine Arts?
The fact that it's Fine Arts, I'm going to say that sounds like it would be like art.
Because they did like
not
fine
the
art.
arts, but like art as in painting.
Yeah, like fine art would be something they did at like schools, isn't it?
But arts with an S would make it more sound like the arts, like theatre. So I'm going to say that. I don't know, it's America.
Maybe
so
stage
they
design.
Who even knows? Anyways, she began her career in the ensemble and understudy Cosette in the US National Tour of Les Mis in 2005. Look at that go. Look at that happen. What?
Are
you calling her old?
No, but it makes me feel like a baby still.
Yeah, we were 5.
When someone's career was literally like started when we were like 5, and now they're like a success.
Yeah. Literally.
Yes.
She was cast in The Phantom of the Opera after that. My voice.
Wow.
In Las Vegas, and did that for a year, and it's not related. Her Broadway debut was originating the role of Ariel in The Little Mermaid. Could you imagine your Broadway debut being originating a role?
I know.
In like a brand new musical.
And it was an iconic role. Like I'd recommend this that cast recording because her voice is something else.
Is that they use roller skates, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Very cleverly done. You wouldn't think that would work,
I mean,
but I'm sure it would. I mean, we didn't see it.
If nowadays, I would say get a Segway or a Swagway.
That's no fun.
You could, like,
that's not skill. That's like if they did...
No, but it would actually look like you're swimming because you could like fast.
Yeah, but that's like doing
no, because you don't
Starlight Express on Segways.
I mean, that would be iconic.
Because it's smoother. I know it would
I don't
be
think,
smoother,
but
roller skates...
I don't think they can really do tricks with Segways. You can't, because you have to like...
spin around.
No, but you can't like, because they do like acrobatic tricks.
Oh, no, yeah, because you're not
really
attached
do that.
to it,
You can't really flip the Segway, because I would fucking hit the floor, you'd hit the deck.
Hit the deck! Quite literally, because Little Mermaid boat.
Iconic.
Sorry. Releasing my inner Jodie Steele with this, like... this situation. Oh, he's pulling the pony. Okay, anyway.
If you're redoing a Jodie, it's like up like that, and then.
Oh, I thought you were going to tighten it.
I can if you want me to.
Got it. Anyway, that's annoying.
Lying like a poodle.
That was rude. The Broadway production began previews on the 3rd of November. Oh, this is a fun fact. 2007, but was temporarily closed. So after 7 days of previews on the 10th of November to the 28th. Due to the 2007 Broadway stagehand strike, which I didn't know was a thing.
Did you not know? Oh.
So...
I'll find more facts about that. I'll find the reason why they did that for next.
Not next week, week after. We've already filmed next week's, Mark.
Oh yeah.
We'll reveal that in a minute.
Spoiler alert. an exciting episode.
So, the official opening night was pushed back to the 10th of January 2008. In 2010, she made her West End debut as Christine Daae in Love Never Dies.
Daae.
Daae.
At the Adelphi.
Yes, at the Adelphi. She also played Christine in the 25th anniversary concert in 2011 of Phantom. I didn't write that, but yeah. At the Royal Albert Hall. I've performed there, huh? Anyway. Gotta take it where it comes, you know. In 2013, she returned to the West End and played Fantine at the Queen's Theatre. Oh, I wonder where that is. Anyways. In 2015, this is exciting too. She made her cabaret debut with a show called Awakening at New York's iconic 54 Below.
Ayo.
That's why it's exciting, because, you know. The show was recorded as a live album as well, so you can go listen to that. I think it's literally called Awakening. In 2014, bogus Sierra played the role of a lesbian in the short film Russian Broadway Shutdown, which was protesting the Russian government's response to homosexuality in theatre. What an icon.
Hashtag the lesbian.
Wikipedia was confusing, because I use Wikipedia because it's good to get like the basic facts, because you can't often get them wrong. It's like, well, they've been in and when. Yeah. It's like, it's generally accurate.
By say person that's like.
Yeah, it's generally quite accurate, so I tend to use Wikipedia, and you know. But it was a bit confusing, because it said, like with this, it was like, it said something about her like standing up for things or whatever, but it like, I wasn't sure if it meant, by one of the sentences, I didn't know if it meant that she was part of the LGBTQ plus community or not. I couldn't figure it out, so if anyone knows, please go and update Wikipedia and make it make sense. But yeah, I'm not sure if that's what that is. I thought the
fire alarm was going off then. I was like,
we would be able to hear it if it was the fire alarm.
Well, no, because it's downstairs and it like travels up the floor, but after every 5 seconds. So yeah, it's like. Oh
no, it's something beep. Like it's not a beep. It's like static noise that you can hear, because we're young, so our ears are better, so we can hear that high pitched. You know. Anyways. Spring 2014, she returned to Phantom, obviously, you know, why not? Reuniting with her former Little Mermaid co-star Norm Lewis, who played the Phantom. I think he was the first African-American to play Phantom on Broadway.
Norm Lewis was also the guy that played Javert in the 25th anniversary concert at the O2, the O2.
Yes.
With Lisa Jones as...
Random street urchin.
Lucy Jones. It's got Samantha Barks. Lady. No, it hasn't. No, it doesn't have Samantha Barks in it, does it? It's the one with Nick Jonas in it. Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah, because they auditioned at the same time, and she got Cosette. Yeah. Lucy got Cosette, but she didn't play Cosette in the concert because she'd only been doing the role for like 10 minutes. I'm assuming that's why. I don't know. In 2016, she did an Australian concert tour because, you know, she has albums and shizness. And that's it. That's the act of the hour. One day I'll learn how to say her name. Anyway, before we get started on this week's episode, I did have a point.
Sorry, your little thing tickled my leg.
I had something that I thought of last week. It might have just been... I don't know if it was after the episode, but I don't know if it was in any way... No, it's not in any way related. Anyway,
okay.
So I just wanted to point out that I really am very grateful that Cosette's dress changed. Because it used to be that horrendous black thing, and it's really... It makes Les Mis more depressing than it is. And now it's a lovely green, silky looking thing with this like bright bonnet. And I just wanted to acknowledge that that was a thing. But I saw a thing about it, and someone said the new one, it being green and bright and like sign of life, like conveys hope. Like the small bit of hope in the story. Because she is like the ray of hope in the story, isn't she? Cosette. Yeah, so I thought that was quite interesting.
That's actually a good
someone
point,
said that.
Everyone else wears like brown
Marius
or
wears
black.
Blue. Like, that's his main
only
colour.
when they meet. And then he goes,
his,
and it
like,
gets darker
thing.
and darker and darker.
Yeah, but everyone wears like drab colours because, you know, back in the day they didn't wear luminous pink on the barricades. But yeah, she wears like...
Madame T. Again,
that's the wedding.
She also was on the barricade.
Madame T on the barricades, imagine. Okay, so this week's episode...
She would definitely be saying you're on the barricade. Anyway.
Right, anyway, this week's episode is rating Broadway shows that did under 100 performances. And by rating, I just mean we're going to talk about them because...
Talk about the ones we know, anyway.
Anybody got time for that? I don't have the exact numbers, although I feel like we might have said it before in flop. We did an episode about flops.
Flippity
flops. Quick, make a point whilst I have a...
Well, so...
Oh, I found it. Never mind. Did you have something to say?
No!
Okay, good. So, our first show on the list is Carrie, the musical, by Stephen King, the original book and movie. And that's on here, show flops. It did 5 performances in its initial opening.
Oh, that was the original before it got revived.
Yeah, so this did under 100 performances before it might have come back better or whatever.
I'm just going to say, let you know that these 5 performances were on the West End, and then it went to Broadway, and then did better.
Yeah, but like in its... Okay, I say Broadway, maybe it's not, maybe it's just general. So when this list is like, when the show first ever opened, it did under 100 performances before closing. It could have been revived and done way better since. I know that's, that's a movie. So...
well, yeah, that's like one of the biggest.
That's like one of the biggest.
Yeah.
So, that's what I mean. Not like they're flops completely, because Carrie
is
not a flop.
I think it's just one of those shows you really have to like find it at the right time.
What,
or
Carrie?
like, yeah, you really have to experience it the right way. Otherwise, you can really get the wrong message from it. You can be a bit like, oh, that's just a trash show.
I think it's quite selective, isn't it? Because it's horror, which, how is that conveyed well in a musical? Is what you have to think.
It's one of them shows that when I see that someone's got it in their playlist, or someone like knows the show, I'm like, oh, someone knows the show.
Yeah, do you remember when we were in the car and it came on, like, what was it? World According to Chris came on, and you were like, okay, guys, this is a bit like niche, and then Ellie like straight away started singing the words, and we were like, yes. Someone else knows this show because it's really good.
It is.
How did you discover it?
I discovered it. I said it so many times. Oh. I discovered it at college. We had to go see it. Like they made us go see it, and I had no idea.
What, in the West End?
No, in the theatre at the college.
Oh, the school put on a production of it. Oh,
the FDEGs, the foundation degree students,
right?
Like university level students. Sorry.
So first year university students did.
No, FDEGs, like foundation, not even like first year, second year, third year. Like the FDEGs.
Oh yeah, foundation. Right.
Anyway,
so they did a production of Carrie, and we had to go see it because whenever a class does a show, we have to go see it at some point. So we went to see it. So I had no idea what going into it like.
Had you ever seen the film?
I had no idea anything,
nothing
at all about Carrie. I didn't know what Carrie was. I'd never heard of it.
Neither.
So the show started. I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. Like I thought it was going to be a play.
What does it start with?
It starts with like the court scene because with Sue.
Yeah, and then it goes into.
So that's why I thought it was going to be a play, and it goes into it.
Dodgeball.
Then it goes into In.
Yeah. PE class. That's what I was trying to think of. Oh,
Yeah.
In. What a first song!
So I was like, oh, it has a song, but I was like, I could just be one song, and then it kept me more songs. I was like, it's a musical.
Oh, so you weren't sure if it was a musical?
I didn't even know. I literally knew nothing. So I went in being like, oh, it could be a play. Shit.
See, I kind of.
And then.
I
think I paid you one of the. Well, I collected Abby.
That was very close to my face.
We collected Abby one time when she was doing the panto, and I put one of the songs on by accident, and she was like, oh, this is my song.
Yes, because she was doing
Carrie.
She did Carrie. That's when I went to see it.
Yeah.
I saw her do it at college, and I think I knew. I probably forgot about that, but I think I knew it was a musical just because I knew that Abby was playing the main character Carrie, and I was like, it's probably going to be a musical because she's doing musical theatre. So like, I don't think she'd be doing straight plays at college.
Yeah,
she might have done. I didn't go and see them. Sorry, Abby, my bad.
But yeah, I remember seeing it, and I remember being like, because obviously, once again, having no idea what I was going in for.
Yeah, like.
All of a sudden, it turns like, so I was like, oh my god, it's like a Matilda sort of thing, because she like uses her powers, and all of a sudden, like, she's killing everyone, and I'm like, holy fadoodles.
Whoa, okay, and then you look at the thing, and you're like, Stephen King,
no, because there was no program or anything, like, I literally, so
we had a program.
And it was on like an evening, but it was one of the, I think it was a Friday evening, because Mum always used to collect me Friday evenings, don't know why, but she always did. So she collected me, and I was just sat in the car, like, shook, because I was like, what the heck?
She probably knows the story of Carrie, then, because my nan...
I don't know.
Well, like, there was the original film came out in, like, the 80s, I think.
Maybe
the 90s.
I think
but they did a
quietly.
Hello. They did a remake. They did a remake in like
They've done
2014. Oh. There's one with like, was it? No, it's not Sabrina Carpenter.
The one with Chloe Grace Moretz.
That's the one. Sabrina Carpenter. That would be something. But yeah, it's just such a good show. I highly recommend listening to it. Obviously, if you know the story of Carrie,
there's
kind of
also a bootleg of it with with the original
cast.
with the revival Broadway cast.
Oh, not the original.
There's no original Broadway cast. The original cast
because it did 5 shows.
Did it on the West End as well. So.
Oh.
And it was also like all in black and white, and it was like the set was black and white. They were all in black and white, like costumes. It was really weird.
Probably to show up the blood situation.
I mean, I think so, but it was just really weird. Like back in like 1980 London,
I feel like a lot of
they're like, that's the one.
I feel like a lot of people will know Carrie even if they don't know Carrie because of that iconic blood moment.
Yeah,
it's used in like so many TV shows or films. They like recreate Carrie, don't they? They pour the pig blood.
A Carrie moment. Yeah,
it's like it's a Carrie moment. Yeah, exactly. So like, not to like do a major spoiler, but yeah, there's like a blood thing because that's like the whole premise of how the show begins is with blood. So ending it with blood, it makes sense.
Does it?
Yeah, because she gets her period. It's like the whole thing.
Ah.
They're in the PE thing, and they're like, "Oh my god, you're a weirdo," because she doesn't know what a period is, because she's like grown up super duper Christian.
And mum's like, "You're a whore."
But her mum's like crazy. She's not just like Christian, like sticking to the rules of Christianity. She's like beyond.
There's one of her songs,
don't even know.
There's one of her songs I absolutely love.
The mum's songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she starts to like really like sweet and like.
It's when she's listening to the prayer on the radio, isn't she?
There's that one where she like flips her lid, but there's one where I think it's called When There's No One. So Carrie goes to prom, and she's sat there like losing her mind, being like, "I'm going to kill my daughter when she gets it."
Yeah,
is
great.
Basically what the song's.
But it's also kind of that thing where she's
which
like,
is why she's like,
my
when there's no one,
my daughter's gone.
Like when there's no one, what will I do? Who will love me?
Yeah.
So she's like,
I think that's why she's like,
I have to kill my daughter.
I don't think her aim was to actually kill her daughter.
It's why she had a spike because she was a devil. So
she knew Carrie had powers by then.
Yeah, because she like yeeted the windows closed.
She was like, "No, I'll get them." She was like, "Boom." Anyway, highly recommend listening to that because it's a bop. Amelie.
So it went to that all 80 minutes.
That was a long one.
So it was a bit of a flop when it opened the Broadway.
We haven't got it on this list of how many shows it did, but it's a movie though, so it's done pretty well.
I think so. What I've heard is the original Broadway show was so far away from the movie, there was nothing that really related it back to the movie apart from one or two things, which is why it was a flop because none of it was obtained the original source material. However, when they brought it over to London, they changed everything basically.
Ooh,
they kept most of the songs, but they've changed literally all the words in the songs.
Oh, okay.
So if you listen to the cast recording now, it sounds nothing like
the
Broadway one. So it's now more correct to the film. So therefore, that's why it's now got a West End one.
A West End one?
West End one.
West End run.
West End run.
Oh no. But yeah, no, it's pretty good. Times are hard for dreamers, but they won't be hard for me. Sabotage attempt?
Dad's trying to fix my car.
Oh, that's your car. Honestly, it was terrified. I was like, that's mine. That means my black box is gone. That means my car's died. Oh my days.
No, it would just say battery dead, wouldn't it? Like battery
it says battery low, but then if it says sabotage attempt, that means the car's died.
Oh.
Or the black boxes just come out on its own, which that doesn't often happen.
It doesn't mine.
Yeah, but only when you're in it.
Yes. Or my dad gets in it and then moves it and then kicks it out on the way out. Yeah. But my dad's trying to fix it on the car.
Yeah, but if
not important.
But if I saw sabotage attempt on my phone right now, I'd know that my car had died.
Yeet.
I'd be like, well, I'm not getting home. I'm gonna roll down the hill.
Have to jump. Actually, if we get a rolling start and then jump it on, you could like get it going.
Oh, that traumatized. That reminds me of my first car when me and Dad did a rolling start and I like fell over in the mud.
Anyway, back to the.
But yes, Amelie. It's a good.
I like the cast recording. It's pretty good. I like what I'm seeing. It's got Pippa Sue who played Eliza in
Hamilton.
That's the one. She also is in the original cast of The Great Comet of 1812.
I don't know if I haven't listened to that yet. Look, I have a big list, and it's not on my priorities right now.
But it's one of those shows you have to listen to the whole way. The Great Comet.
No, I mean musical listening is not my priority right now.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Well, when you move to Windsor, you can live your best life.
Yes. Then I'll listen to all the shows.
You can literally in the evening you
I want to go and see Amelie though because it is in the West End right now.
Yes,
I don't think it's I don't think it's got an end date
No.
though, which is good.
I have Thursday matinees or Monday evenings.
Right. Okay, anyway, moving swiftly onwards. I might not say that one because I literally can't talk about it. So. Well, I'll mention it. 7 Brides for 7 Brothers. I haven't listened to
No,
it.
one of our friends likes it, and that's all we know.
It is a classic, I think. It's like an old show.
I think it's been in the West End, because I think it's been one of our
I think they've done a
theatres.
revival.
I think it's been in one
You
of
say our theatres, do you mean DMT?
DMT theatres.
We don't own
Because,
theatres.
no, if we did, I would not be doing the podcast, let's be honest.
Yes, we would. We
Yeah,
do it
we would,
for fun,
but I'd be doing it for money. Come on. Anyway, if I had money to make a good podcast, I'd be doing it for money.
If any brands want to like hit us up,
If anyone wants to sponsor us and get us to like 1,000k, not bad.
1,000k. Do you know what 1,000k is?
It'd be like 1,000. That was stupid.
1 million would be
Ooh.
Wait, no.
That sounds also great. So do that.
1,000k. A k is 1,000, so it's 1,000 thousands. That's a million.
Yeah.
Right, £1 million for the podcast. Who wants to buy it?
That's what I want.
Who wants to buy this absolute trash that we talk about?
1,000 would be great, to be fair.
To be honest,
50
100 quid.
Honestly, 50 quid each would be bagging at this moment in time.
Down for it.
I'm joking.
Anyway, yes,
don't take it
7.
away from us.
No, we really like doing it. Actually, we know we're not very good, but we just enjoy doing it.
I thought I was pretty good, but speak for yourself. I'm joking.
I mean,
You're shite.
No, we're good at the podcast, but sometimes we just lose focus. But like, what are you going to do
What are
about
you
it?
talking about? I don't think we lost focus at all.
That's how conversations are. That's what a podcast is.
Well, we have an hour rather than just half an hour. To, like,
It's
put
not a
the video
YouTube
in.
video. It's a podcast. You hear our thought process, and sometimes it doesn't make sense. But it makes sense to us, and that's what counts.
And we've got a lot to get through, so can we...
Whatever. We're only at half an hour.
Can we like stop here so I can just do my thing that I want to talk about and then continue?
What thing?
I just need to talk about a thing.
Okay, The Wild Party, original cast, the Dina Menzel, cheeky bootleg out there of her singing some of it, and I mean, wow, it's from
iconic,
2000.
It's from 1999 actually, that video, but like it's iconic.
It's from 1999.
It's old.
It's old. It's quality.
It's 22 years old. Don't
Yeah, it
you wanna
is.
be the
Live
life
at the party.
It's actually there's 2 versions of it. Because
Is
2 writers wanted to write the same show.
Yes, I knew
with
that.
the same, yes,
I feel like
I know.
you said this.
You said this to me.
Oh, I told you. That's why I know.
That's when, like, that's why I was saying, like, really, like, slowly wait for your brain to like realise what I was saying.
Sometimes I forget.
What I
to
also
tell
have an
you.
accent there for a second. I was like, what I was
What I'm
saying.
saying.
Oh, I was saying.
Oh my gosh. This podcast, I swear to God.
I
Ooh,
swear
that's-
to Jesus on high.
I look like a Picasso painting.
Just move it this way, and then yes,
That's what I was trying to do.
shove all your pores. Anyway, let's continue.
No, you were talking about the Wild Party. You didn't finish
Anyway,
the story. Oh, I just got nail varnish
So
on
2
it.
people wanted to write the same show. So basically, the writers just literally were like,
They did 2
so
versions.
2 versions of the Wild Party open on Broadway. There are both separate cast recordings, and they both just did terribly.
Is that on the list? Perhaps not. Korean? Oh, Rocky Horror. I was like, what? Okay, Chess. I'm surprised that flopped because it was written by Benny and Bjorn from ABBA.
Okay, so you knew that one at least. Okay.
I'm not uncultured.
Weren't you swine?
But yeah, it was written by those guys.
Those
Was
epic memes.
was Tim Rice involved? Or am I
Yes.
making that up?
Okay.
Tim Rice
He
was
wrote the
involved,
lyrics.
so like it's,
They wrote the song. Like they wrote them.
They wrote the music.
They wrote the arrangements. He
They
wrote the
wrote
lyrics.
yeah. So you'd think.
So I think it didn't do great on Broadway,
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
but then on West End I think it did better, and it had a revive. They did a concert on it, which was a complete sold out concert.
Carrie Ellis?
It had Carrie Ellis, Adina Menzel, Josh Groban, and someone else.
Who's Josh Groban? I feel like his name pops up a lot.
Girl.
Well, I know, that's what I'm trying to... I'm like, wait.
He's famous for many. He's one of them kind of household names that just like he's like a bit of a.
Not in my household.
He's one of the people that just like has a name for being a singer. He's also in The Great Comet Beat.
No, I haven't listened to The Great Comet yet.
I'll talk to you privately later on about him.
I'll
and you
have a
can figure
Google.
out.
Maybe he'll
Yeah.
be the next actor of the hour. Yeah, I'm surprised it flopped, but you know.
But yeah, it had a like a revival concert thing, and that's been it. I think. No, it hasn't.
No, but it hasn't, because it came back to.
It did the West End.
It did the West End recently with Alexandra Burke and Cassidy Johnson in the Coliseum. Not the, Is it the Coliseum?
I don't know.
Is that what it's called? The one which Hairspray's in now.
That's the Palladium. No, that's the Coliseum. Yeah,
it is the
Trafalgar
Coliseum.
Square. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know. I feel like the Coliseum just sounds like the wrong name for a theatre, but it is.
Yeah, it is a bit weird. I don't quite know why it's called that.
Not important.
Bonnie and Clyde.
I love
Jeremy
the
Jordan
cast
and Laura Osnes. Look at me go.
Osnes.
I know these things. I'm surprised that flopped.
Well, I think it did a tour.
What, it started off as a tour?
No, I think it started off from Broadway. No, it started off. They did a tour. Like, I did a really good tour. But they thought, because it did go to tour, let's go to Broadway, maybe.
And then it
just didn't do well on Broadway.
I didn't know it was a true story. So when I was listening to it, I was like, this is wild. So I Googled.
Sorry.
Well, I didn't know from when I was beginning. I was like, what? And I was like, this is great. And then I Googled whilst I was listening, and it was like, yeah, it's a true story. I was like, what? Wait, did you not know?
I did. Did you? No, I'm just shocked that you didn't know.
Not when I first...
There's so many references in other things as well.
No, I know,
to
that's
Bonnie
why
and
I
Clyde.
was like, surely this is a real story, but I didn't know. Heathers, yeah.
Heathers. I'm not Bonnie, you're not
Clyde. Yeah. No, I did. That's why I was like, when I finally got around to listening to it, I was like, is this a true story? Or is it a film that it was based? You know, I was like, are they referencing a film in a lot of things? You know.
Sorry, I heard the beginning bit of "I Say No" by
Carrie.
Christine.
Oh, the new Heather. What's her name? Veronica. Christina.
Yeah. Anyway.
Did you die?
I was just like, straight away. I was just like, from like "You Are a Drug." I was like. So I literally turned it off. I was like, I can't listen to it anymore.
We're going to see Heather. Well, when this is out, we saw Heathers yesterday. When this is out, oh my god, how was it?
It was so good.
We're also seeing Be More Chill. I'm very excited.
So to be more chill about that because we have no idea what it's about.
We have no idea what it's about. Well, we do. We have a brief. Do you know? I quite like going into a show not knowing much.
Yeah, I think it helps you like it.
I've listened to a lot of the songs, and I'll probably listen to them. Oh,
I've already listened to Modern Record.
Oh, I've listened to the whole cast recording.
Oh, I have
but,
not.
I think it was like 3
I listened
years ago.
to a couple of them and I was like, oh, this is kind of funky, but I have no idea what's going on.
I think I listened to it when I was in Canada. So
I find it
really
hard to listen to a show that I have no idea what's going on.
That's why I read the synopsis and then listen to the cast recording when
I know, but what I can't figure out straight away, I just lose interest. I'm like, I can't figure out.
There's a drug thing. It's school kids. Michael's like shy. He's in the bathroom
all the time.
It's got Millie O'Connell. It's got Blake Patrick Anderson. It's got Renee Lamb. It's got Eloise Davies. Davies. I think it's
Bob.
Whatever her surname is, I can't remember. She's with Courtney Stapleton. That's all I know.
She's with.
They're making a van.
making
Milo.
a van.
What was your thing? Come on, we're halfway.
About Bonnie and Clyde?
No, what was your thing?
Oh! So, my thing is that every show on the West End at the moment is saying no to stage door.
Right, okay, we're having a stage door chat. Wasn't planning for this.
It's just something that niggles my titties. And it always has. I am a lover of the stage door.
Just chill down here.
Like, I'm a lover of stage... Just get out of the way. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'll take the full precedence here. Anyway, I love stage door. Precedence?
I don't know. Carry on. I love stage door.
Carry on!
Keep calm and carry on. Yes, I like stage door.
I love stage door. I love when it's done properly and everyone has a chance to say hello and it's nice for the actors as well.
Properly.
That's what I said.
You said properly.
Oh.
It's got an R on properly. Sorry, it's a bugbear of mine. That's a big one for me. Properly.
Properly. I think when I said it, that's pretty... one of those words I just say all the time.
It's because people just say properly.
Properly.
Yeah.
Sorry. So, I love it when stage door is done properly and like the cast get to have a nice interaction with the audience and the audience get to have a nice interaction with the cast. And it's just a nice, healthy thing because actors don't have to do it. Yeah. But at the moment...
It's not allowed.
The company of the show and for the safety of actors and yourself, they're saying, do not do stage door. We are not allowing stage door. So to go chasing after actors or wait for them outside the theatre... Waiting at stage door
where they're basically forced to say hi to you.
Or doing it before the show when they don't have to be there, you know, sort of thing.
It's really annoying.
Don't do it. They've asked you not to. just because they don't do stage door doesn't mean you can like chase it down the street or like wait for them round the corner.
It's a lot of people have been doing it before the shows. That's really getting on my nerves because I'm like, you're not allowed. It literally says on the door of stage door. It's not like it just says it when you book the tickets and then you kind of forget. Literally, also every theatre has a notice on their door saying, sorry, we are not doing a stage door. Like, you can't avoid it. So, like, what gives you the right to be like, oh, well, I've seen this person loads of times in shows. We're basically best friends.
Yeah.
Let's just go see her at stage door. It's like, no, that's not how it works.
If they personally invite you to, like, if they have, like...
If they're like, wait for me at stage door after the show. If you've previously spoken,
they're like, yeah, meet me at stage door, or like, wait for me, like, I'll meet you at stage door before I go in, sort of thing, then be my guest.
And obviously, we don't know... that everyone's done that, but it does.
From what I've seen from people like actors tweeting and talking about, is people have been literally chasing after them. Like John Robbins was being literally chased through London by a fan, and
it's like it's not. If someone if an actor gets to the point where they have to tweet about it to be like, can you just like not? That means that it's happened more than once, and it's really annoyed them.
Yeah,
because they don't just tweet being like, ugh, fans are annoying for no reason.
And also, I saw this tweet by an actor in Les Mis. So this is just a Les Mis specific thing. So the way they do it now is they're sat on like the barricades the whole time. So they are facing you, and it's usually quite bright now, so they can usually see you way up to the back.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Don't be sat there on your phone.
I mean, don't ever do it anyway.
Taking your mask.
Masks apparently has been a big thing, especially with actors. Like, who've come to see shows, they're like not wearing masks, and I'm like, do you not want your industry that you are currently not working in because you haven't been cast or whatever, or like you're waiting for a show to like, do you not want your industry to open properly if you don't wear a mask? What? But like,
I get being exempt. I get it all. I'm very understanding. If the rules say wear a mask, and if you are exempt, you wear a friggin' mask.
You often get that feeling. Like I have it when I get on the train and I'm sat at my table, like on the train. I'm like, oh, take off the mask. Like when you go to a restaurant. Yeah, but like the natural instinct is like, oh well, I'm sat in my section. I can take my mask off, and it's like, no, that's only at like restaurants and stuff because you're eating. Same in theatres. When you sat down, you're sat in your seats, and you're like, oh, I can take my mask off. It's like, no, wait, no. You have to like remind yourself sometimes because I get that. But I've never actually taken it off. I just get the feeling when I'm about to sit down.
I've taken it off to put a drink and food in my mouth.
Drinking food different. But like, wear a
mask. Unless instructed otherwise at the moment, just wear a mask.
I just baffled, honestly.
I know, that's my little thing. I needed to like say it. No one ever listens to this, but I needed to say it.
I mean, that's not true. People do listen.
Okay.
Also, I can taste the onion from the burger that I ate, and it's just not good.
Not ideal.
Sorry about that. Okay, next is Rocky Horror Picture Show. Now, I mean, who would have thought that would have been a flop? Am I right?
On the Broadway.
Broadway did. This says Broadway did 28 previews and 188 performances. But maybe that's not when it first opened.
Maybe not.
I mean, still though, 180. That's quite short.
I mean, the thing is, also sometimes when it says 100 performances, that's usually their run. Because I was just thinking about it a couple of days ago when we said.
Yeah, but I don't think it was meant. That's often when it's like a limited run.
Yeah, and they usually say limited run rather than like they did 100 shows because they like couldn't sell tickets.
Yeah.
So it's weird because Rocky Horror in this country is such a cult classic. Like people go dressed up.
If you go and see Rocky Horror at the theatre, you're almost expected to dress up as,
and there's like parts where people join in.
Yeah.
Like, if there's a recording of it at Brighton, like a proper recording of it. Yeah. And people join in at certain parts, or they shout stuff, and it's like part of the show.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
So it's really funny to me that like it flopped
when
on
people
Broadway,
are like,
and
go to see Rocky Horror, they like wear the fishnets
they wear like
tight
the lips, like red lips, and like the black curly wig or
it's
whatever.
like a whole thing. But this is I remember from this episode 6. That was a long time ago. Germany loved it when it first opened.
That's Rocky.
Oh, that's Rocky, not Rocky Horror. My bad.
You trash.
Well, people call it Rocky. And they never sometimes.
No.
Well, who even knew that Rocky had a musical?
If they say Rocky, they mean Rocky. When they say Rocky Horror, they mean Rocky Horror Show.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah.
My bad.
You absolute
lemon.
lemon.
Well, ignore everything I just said then.
Lovely job.
About how many performances it did. Maybe it did flop. Tuck Everlasting. Tuck Everlasting.
I've listened to a couple of the songs. There are a couple bops.
I think I've listened to it, but I don't know. It was probably a while ago. Not much to say about that one, if I'm honest.
Nope.
Can't remember it. But yes, I can never say this one. Lysistrata Jones.
Lysistrata Jones?
You've never listened to it, have you?
Lysistrata
Jones. Basically, it's based off an old... It's based off an old Greek play, like ancient Greek play, about a war thing, like a strike. It was a war zone sex strike. So I think it was like the soldiers were like not allowed to
fuck the ladies.
They weren't allowed to sleep with people or something. I can't remember. You're gonna have to Google it. But it's based in like modern day. This show, Lysistrata Jones, it's based in modern day. It's about a strike at a high school with like the basketball team or something. But yeah, it's pretty good. I wouldn't say it's like got loads of bops.
But it's a good show.
Yeah, some of the songs are okay. I think they've put them in my musicals playlist, so they can't have been that bad. But I don't have much more to say on it. But I thought it was quite interesting they did a modern take on like a really old... Like, I guess with like Shakespeare or something, you could do like a modern day...
They did.
Oh yes, and Juliet. Wonderland. Wonderland's a bop. Why did that flop?
So it flopped on the Broadways because... it was in a massive theatre that could just never sell out, basically. It was part of...
Were they over-optimistic?
It was that theatre since Annie. You know that famous theatre on
the
Broadway
one
since
had,
Annie?
Like,
that's just every single show apart in it for like
since
ages
Annie
was a flop.
Yeah.
It was one of those shows
I've got some TikToks about it on my phone. I'm gonna... Maybe not next episode, the one after. Maybe I'll like properly listen to them again and write in the book.
Yeah.
That's the next one.
I was going to say we've done.
Maybe that could be your fun fact.
Oh yeah, that would work. Anyway.
I mean, you sent me the TikToks, but yeah, we'll put it in. So
so Wonderland did a flop on Broadway, but
it's so good.
Yeah. So anyway, it came to the West End, and they reworked some of the. I was going to say they reworked. I don't know what material they don't know like how they came up with the story for it, but I think it's a book.
I mean, it's based on Alice in Wonderland as well.
But there's I think Frank Wildhorn. Did he write Alice in Wonderland?
No, that wasn't it C.S. Lewis?
And it's his writer Frank Wildhorn.
Wait.
He wrote Wonderland.
Okay. I always get Lewis Carroll and C.S. Lewis mixed up. I think C.S. Lewis might be The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. And then Lewis Carroll might be Alice in Wonderland.
Excuse me, everyone that has Alexa. Alexa, who wrote Alice in Wonderland?
Oh no. Go on. Oh no! Oh, she's thinking about it.
Alice's Adventures in Wonderland was written by Lewis Carroll.
Lewis Carroll wrote Alice in Wonderland. So C.S. Lewis wrote... she's still good.
Thank you. Alexa, stop!
I don't know if you guys heard much of that, but yeah. So C.S. Lewis wrote The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe then, and all of those.
Lovely
and then Lewis Carroll wrote Alice in Wonderland.
Anyway, but the Wonderland was written by Frank Wildhorn, and it was great. And it just did better on the West End. No, it wasn't even the West End. It did a tour. Actually, it did do great on the tour. But then the people that do it in the show, it's hilarious. I do not know about. It's one of the biggest scandals of recent times. So it had Carrie Ellis in it.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the one with Carrie Ellis.
Natalie McQueen, Lardy Da.
What's the
Rachel Wooding. She also played Alice, but they just kind of split the role. Anyway, not important. Basically, so the show was doing the tour. They just did West End Live, and she was like, "Come see the show." And all of a sudden, the company that put on Wonderland lost all their money because they'd been like cheating people out of money.
Oh.
So people then took legal action against them, and they were originally going to put on Bring It On.
Oh.
So they originally sorted out Bring It On, that like the Bring It On tour was happening the year after. So it meant that like Wonderland had moved to its next location.
But with no money. So they can't have any hotels or anything. So the show just had to close. Well, yeah, because you can't. Then the actors would be out of pocket.
Yeah.
They'd be doing a show and getting paid for the show, but their accommodation and stuff.
But they weren't
cost
getting
more
paid. None of the actors. Half the actors lost. They lost like all their month pay packet for that like month.
Yeah, because you're waiting until the end of the month to get paid.
It was also that happened during the summer period as well. So they're doing like
9 or
9
10
shows because it's summer.
nine or 10 shows a week rather than
what's
just
it
like
called?
an 8.
Kids Week or whatever.
Well,
but
it
like
was,
the
a
whole
tour,
yeah.
but they were doing extra shows like kind of for like
Tours do often have extra shows, don't they?
yeah.
They like throw them in there. They're like, oh, Wimbledon's selling well. Let's add another one in.
Yeah, let's add
just
another
like,
date in. Yeah.
At least in London, most people can go home because they're close to
Yeah.
home.
But anyway, so yeah, it was halfway through the tour and it just went.
Boop. Sucks. And the last one is Merrily We Roll Along.
Well.
Which, I mean, I don't know. I don't think I've listened to it. I don't know. Don't think I've listened to it anytime soon. However, segue. Our next episode next week is an interview with a man called David Loud, who is a music director from Broadway, which is very exciting. And he was in the original cast of Merrily We Roll
Merrily we roll
Merrily
along.
Merrily We Roll Along. There we go. Which originally, when it was on Broadway, did 16 performances and then closed. But he was in the original cast of that and then became a music director. And he tells a few stories about it and
It's pretty iconic.
had some bants, and it was really good. And it was cool to talk to someone from America.
It was our first American, and it was the first person that wasn't an actor either.
Yeah, he's a music
And we
director.
had two
Well,
men.
he was, but
we
yeah.
had 2 men.
2 men in a row.
What a wild time.
I mean, it makes up for last series where we had 4 women. So
We had 3.
3 women. My bad. Not 4.
Apart from my mum, we had 3 women.
Why should I think 4? Because we've done 4 people overall, and yeah, 3 women. Sorry, my bad. I'm just adding someone in. But yeah, so that's a segue into what is coming up next week. So if you don't know anything about Merrily We Roll Along, you
Hold
can...
Your Horse, or David Loud.
Or David Loud.
Hold Your
We
Horses.
interviewed him because he's got a memoir coming out in the fall, in time for Christmas.
Take the piss out of him.
I'm not. I'm just saying because that's what the Americans say. They say fall instead.
Oh.
But saying fall sounds weird. If I say in the fall,
In the fall.
this is American. It sounds better. In the
Fine.
autumn, just in time for Christmas. His memoir is coming out. It's
So
called
in
David
Christmas.
Loud something or other. What's it called? Facing the Music.
Facing the music.
That took us a hot sec. So yes, we.
I was going through my emails. I was going through
like,
the emails in my head, being like,
what's it called? Facing the Music with David Loud? Question mark.
Yeah.
That's what the email was. So yeah, our next episode is with him, and it's very exciting. And you will already know that if you follow us on the socials, because I will have announced it on Monday. So, oh, it's Monday today. I should probably announce that. The day we're filming is the day that I was meant to be announcing it, but you know, I've been at work. He's been doing training. It's been a day. So you watching this will already know potentially if you follow us on the socials. But if this is your first introduction to us, then yeah, we've got the episode coming up next. I can't believe I haven't done it yet. It's normally at 3. I was working. You were with me at 3. I was cleaning shelves
Actually, it was
at
3.
3.
I remember I did the disc. It was 3 o'clock
Yeah.
on the dot.
So I was busy. We have video evidence.
I do.
You need to send me that.
I will.
Okay, thank you. Anyway, thanks for listening to this episode. Are you okay? Why do you look like that? It's not a phase, Mom. It's just my face, Mom. Sorry.
Bitch.
No, it's a Liza Koshy thing because she put all those fake tattoos and piercings, didn't she?
Oh
Like an entire face of piercings. Anyway. Oh, you touched me. Touch me! Look at that cat mask. I'm sorry, that was a really horrendous...
That was such a good segue from you there.
Look at me go. Okay, thank you for watching / listening. Sorry about the chaos. It's been a day. It's a bit muggy today. It's very warm.
You said mucky
but
rather than muggy.
Muggy. We couldn't sit outside, unfortunately, because it decided to
R.I.P..
torrential rain as we got
COVID has entered me.
No, I did a
These
lateral
days are
flow.
over.
I did a lateral flow test, so I haven't got it.
I should do a lateral flow test.
You probably have to before you got to London.
They are doing them every day.
Every day?
Or every other day.
Oof. Okay.
They've stepped up their
That's
pussies.
good. Anyways. Thank you. See you later. Goodbye.
Bye.